Okay, hey guys, welcome to another unboxing. Now this is a big one. I can't even, that's as far back as I can put my camera, and it's not even, the entire box isn't even in frame, because obviously I need a more wide angle lens than I've got, what it looks like. But I'll give it a go anyway, and I'll try and get it all into camera once I get down to it. But this case in particular is the HAF Stacker 935. I've got another part to it over there which I'll be unboxing in a separate video, and I'll put the link in the description. But first I need to try and actually get in this box, which is easier said than done. I'm not really going to give you an overview of the box because it's a bit too big for that really. So I'm just going to open it and immediately take the case out, and I'll go over everything that way. So this is like seriously like the same size as me. It's unreal how big this is. I mean, I knew when I ordered it that it was going to be big. Right, now getting there. That's the back of the box upside down. It does give you a good overview of the case and what you've got. Just need to flip that bit of cardboard around. Right, that is everything out of the box. I actually hit my own ceiling then, just to give you an idea of how tall that box is once you've got everything off. Alright, let's that down to one side and move you in for a closer look on this part. Who needs editing trickery when you can do that? Here we have a nice, just literally just sat on the top here, where I'm in the way of, was a nice Molex to 3-pin connector. The camera didn't actually focus then, so what's that? That'd be my invoice. Turn this the right way around. So yeah, so this is the HAF Stacker. It's part of Cooler Master's high airflow, so it's optimised to get as much air through your case as it can, while delivering all of the other Cooler Master goodies we're used to. So here we have how to stack bit of paper. So shows you the different combinations. You can stack really as many as you want, but I recommend no more than 3 without additional support. Right, I'll put that there. Go there with the rest of the stuff. Okay, so this is the top. So on the front here we have just a blank I/O, DVD bay, so like the 5.25 inch bay, I have to think what it's called then, and a nice blacked out Cooler Master logo, if you can see it. Let me just shut my blinds actually. Oh. Might have a bit more. So yeah, there you go, a nice Cooler Master logo. right there now. Just found something there. What's that? Oh, okay, that's part of this stacking. On the back we have, let's take a seat. So there's space for mini ITX motherboard I/O, 2 expansion slots and a PSU space. Now these are going to be tight because they're right out the factory. If I zoom a bit out of it, I will say yesterday was my 21st birthday. The day after I'm recording this was my 21st birthday. No, this wasn't a present. I did buy this myself before I turned 21. But obviously, all you adults out there will know 21st birthday means a heavy amount of drinking. And I do actually have to work in about an hour. So that's going to be interesting. Now, I've got something what I really like from these side panels. The screws stay in place when you take them out. I don't know if they're actually meant to or not, but they do, so I really like that. Now on the side here we have a fan filter, as well as mounting for 3 120mm fans, which are dust filtered, and or a triple 120 radiator. So that is good, and that'll be what I'm using it for as well in this build eventually. Now I'm not going to take both side panels off because I want to do that quick. So this is the inside. This part is referred to as the 915R because of rear mounted power supply, so that's the R. But we have, obviously you've got your drive bay there, and then here we have 3 mounting points for hard drives or SSDs, and you can even put them further down as well. You can put another 2 lots of this in, or you can remove this completely like I'm going to be doing. And the one thing I didn't mention is that there's also a fan in there. I think 120mm I think is right, but I'll have to double check that. The I/O there, the front I/O there can be removed, like this blanking plate can be removed, and an actual I/O can be put there with power buttons, USB 3, all the stuff you'll normally get on a front I/O. The reason for that is, so if you want to use this as a second PC you can, or maybe you just want your I/O right at the top or right at the bottom, wherever this is, that's where you want your front I/O. So that's how you're going to do it. So I'm going to put this, go behind the camera, try not to knock it over. Oh. Obviously although I have quite a big room, apparently it's not quite big enough. So here in the box we also have an instruction manual in multiple languages, ranging from English to Chinese, Korean, Arabic. We've got a lot in there. Right, now the main case portion of this. A nice hard, well, a hard but thick foam, like other people say. I would prefer if it was a polystyrene, more sort of softer foam, but you know, but that does the job. Right, take that off. Alright, I'm going to start with the front. Oh. So again, down here we have a blacked out Cornermaster logo, 2 120mm fans, triple drive bay, and we have 2 USB 2, 2 USB 3, microphone and headphone jack, and of course the power button. Now, on the roof is where it gets interesting. We have space for 3 120mm fans and I think 140 as well. Yeah, 140mm fans it looks like as well. Now you're looking at me thinking, well, that looks like a bit of a gaping gap in the roof of your case. What's that all about? Well, obviously if we have that top bit on, that's where the roof is. You can take that roof off of the other bit and put it onto here, and then have that on the bottom. Is one option. So you can pass stuff like water cooling cables through, hard drive cables through, you know, power cables, all that sort of stuff. Can go between the two cases nice and freely. Turn it around. Go over the back. We have bottom mounted power supply. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 expansion slots. Then an extra one here at the side for if you have. That's really useful if you have something like a expansion card, one that does like USB 3 ports there, that's then plugged into the front panel connector on your case. You can put that there and not actually use up any of your expansion slots there. Here we have a lovely sort of your standard hole really. I don't really know how much more to describe that for your rear I/O. And the rear mount 120mm fans. Now you can also do external water cooling with this by using these water cooling pass-throughs. Right. I'm going to do a separate video about stacking these all together because I just think that would be the easiest thing to do now. On the side we have a lovely tinted full panel window. Oh, electric shock there. Little cunt. Oh, sorry, I should not have said that word. I should not have said that. But it did start it, to be fair. So yeah, there's a nice tinted window, making all the arms on my all the hairs on my arms even stand up. Okay, so inside we have toolless drive bay mounting, very good to have. And then we have these removable cages. Now I don't know. They're obviously screwed in as well. But we have space for, these are also toolless, take the trays out. Sort of Corner Master's usual ones that feel plasticky and cheap. And you think, no, that's not going to work. But they actually are quite solid once you get them together. Just looking at this a minute. Okay, right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hard drives. So already, as this case standard, you've got room for 9 hard drives and 4 drive bays. That's already impressive. Just as it comes standard. Take this out, and we have our box. Right, in this box of accessories we have an extension for SATA power. So this is obviously if your power supply can't reach up the top to the case when the top is mounted, then you've got this. It's very nice to have. It's all nice black quality cabling, so it's not going to stand out. It's not like rainbow coloured cheap cabling. So cable ties, just some cheap little ones. Well, I don't think anyone uses. Obviously all your motherboard screws, standoffs, and all that good stuff. A blanking plate for the I/O, so this is in the top case. If I'm not having a motherboard mounted in it, put this on. Nice, very nice touch. And another blanking plate for the power supply mount in either the top or bottom case. You can have that, I imagine. Now going over the case as well, in this board you have full support for up to, I believe it's XL ATX, and you've got a full array of holes for the mounting power supplies and bringing all the cables through. Obviously you've got some holes in the bottom as well of the case, just in case it's bottom mounted, your other part. You've got so many choices to do with this case. Got a nice big hole there for the motherboard CPU cooler cut out, the CPU cooler cut out I should say, for the back of the motherboard. And if I take off the other side, we'll have a look to see how much space we've got for cabling around the back, because obviously this is going to be quite a big computer once I've got this all together, and it's potentially going to be housing a lot of hardware, which means a lot of cables. Now the panel itself is flat, so there's no bulge on the panel, as you can see. That automatically does give me a bit of concern, I will admit. But let's have a look, see. Doesn't look too bad. Grab my tape measure. At the widest point, which would be this bit here, you have about 1 inch of space, so that's good enough for 24 pins. Thinnest space, you have about ½ inch. I would prefer it a bit more personally. Having a bolt out panel would have helped there. Not much can be done. We've got SSD mounting here, so if you want to mount an SSD here behind the case, that's fine. That's definitely helpful if you've got all these removed, all your drive bays removed, and running on just some. And I just wanted on one SSD, you can mount it here out the way. Don't even have to see the cables really. That way. Plenty of little loops for cable ties in all sort of your usual places. So you've got ones going up for the 8 pin, 24 pin, PCI Express, and data and power cables for the optical drives. And that pretty much sums it up. In the rear you've got a 140mm fan, and in the front you've got room for 2 120mm fans, but I don't think they're actually included. I think they are optional. I'll have to check that out, and I'll leave an annotation in the link and let you know. I can't see any power cables. No, they're not there. I can see now through that. You've got a nice hole there built into it to mount it through. Now I'm running out of time and battery, so that concludes this video. Like I said, once I've unboxed the other part of this, which I'll leave a link to in the description, I am going to do a separate video about stacking and all the different combinations, and more close-up exact features. This is more to just show you what's in the box. And I'll also be showing it in the configuration that I'm having it. Remember to head over to my Facebook page for high resolution pictures of this. The link is in the description to that. If you want to like, you can. If you don't. Remember to comment, rate and subscribe and all that other good stuff. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Okay, hello guys, I'm back for yet another unboxing. This is the second of my HAF stacker unboxings, so this is the Cooler Master HAF stacker 915R. This is one of the modular parts you get. It's the same as the one you get included actually when you buy the HAF stacker 935, and what I'm using it for, I'm going to make the combination they call a HAF 45, which is this on the bottom, one on the top of the main case. So let's get this box open. I've got the tape at that end as well. Right, so let's see what we have in this lovely box. It's a lot easier to unbox this one because it's a lot smaller, but it's got quite a big length to it. This does add to a bit of difficulty. Another bit of paper like the previous one about how to stack, and it will have all the different combinations on. I'm just going to have to take a drink because I haven't had that before. Sorry about that. Didn't have a drink before my in between my unboxing, so my throat was drying out a bit there. Rookie error. Same sort of hard foam. Again, I would have preferred a soft foam. So this one's a bit different. You get sort of like the, you've not got this clear plastic bag like we got in the other one. Don't really know how you describe this bag. Say fabricy. I don't know, is that even a word? Right, in the bottom of the box we also had HAF stacker manual correct information. So there's obviously something incorrect in this, I'd imagine, which is a HAF stacker user guide, and that's just a bit of paper that corrects it. So instead of printing a whole new manual, I just printed a bit of paper. Never got that in the other one, I don't think. No. Maybe the other one, my other instruction manual in the 935 was more up to date. I don't know. Right, so again we've got a nice roof on here, nice honeycomb roof. Actually looks really nice. Thing with Corner Master cases is they are mainly plastic, but they're good quality plastic, nice and thick. And you know, you don't think you're going to break it just by leaning on it, like you do with certain other brands, not naming Corsair. Oops. Front we have the same blacked out logo, which can't really see because it's blacked out, which is a really nice touch, I think. Because obviously if I've got all three of these cases stacked up, I don't want to have a nice, I might not want to see 3 lots of the Corner Master logo. We have a nice 2.5 inch, 2.5 inch? No, that's way too small. 5.25 inch drive bay, as well as our front I/O. This one's different. You don't get the 2 USB 2 ports, you only get 2 USB 3, microphone and headphone, and the power button. Underneath we have cable grommet and then 4 holes and some screws. These screws will be for the I will get my words out, it'll be for the hard drive cases, so I had to think them for a moment. And obviously these feet are removable as well. Here we have the rear again. The rear you get the same as we got last time, rear mount power supply, the rear I/O as well as expansion card slots. Now I'm going to take, not hand tightened in the factory, I see. Sorry for the mess just there on the screen there. I don't know why I didn't just look and do that as opposed to try and do it through the camera screen, but I've had a very busy couple of days where I've pretty much been working. Birthday yesterday. I've never really done anything yesterday except drink large quantities of alcohol. Yeah, so this is our same front panel as we get side panel we get with the 935. Dust filtered up to 3 120mm fans or radiators on this. You can even take that screwed in by the screws there. 4 screws holds it in place, so it's easy to remove. Is that going to stay? Yes, it is. Okay, let's have a look inside. We have, obviously you have a nice motherboard mounting. I did forget to say this roof is obviously removable. We have, I'm going to double check what size the fan is in the front. Air cooling. It is a 92mm fan. I thought it was 120, but it's not. It's 92. Doesn't matter, I'll be removing them anyway. And the side also can have 2 140mm fans either side, as well as 3 lots of 120s. So that's your options for that. Now let's take this accessory box out and continue looking over the case. Just here for a moment. So inside we have tool-free drive bay and 3 hard drive slots. Now if you're not using this if you're using it part of just one computer located in a different case, you can use all of this for either radiator space like cooling and that sort of thing, or even just as hard drive mounting points. So that's a very nice touch, and you can put another 2 of these in, giving you a total of 9 hard drive slots. And slots, cages, connectors and... Okay, in here we have sort of your usual stuff here. You got power supply screws, your motherboard screws, standoffs, cable ties, Kensington lock. So that's all the accessories. I was actually expecting some blanking plates for the back, just in case we weren't using that, but definitely, because that's what this is talking about here. Ah no, that's saying wrong. So they obviously did used to come. Basically, that there is an I/O mounting blanking plate, and that's a power supply mounting plate. What you'd do is, oh, didn't rip my brand new trousers there, no. Close one. Basically, you put the blanking plates on here, and then it gets rid of them, because obviously if you're not mounting a power supply there, you don't need the massive hole there, so you put a plate in front of it and that's gone. You know, good for aesthetics and helps keep the dust out as well. And what this is saying is it did come with 1 of each. So the 915R did come with an I/O shield, blanking plate and a power supply blanking plate, but apparently it doesn't anymore, and that's the same for the 915F, which is what has the front mounted power supply, but obviously when that's front mounted you don't need the blanking plate, because that's already blank, because the power supply mounts down the front end. So, that's what I see. I get this now. I get it. And that's why it was not in my other one. So yeah, that's a shame, because obviously I'm using this as water cooling space in my build, so for radiators, so I really need them blanked. But I've only got one set to do 2 computer lots, and that's a shame. But yeah, that does disappoint me, Cooler Master. Anyway, back to the case. We have our front panel connectors here as well, and this front panel is removable, and you can get blanking plates for that as well. And but that again does not come in the case by the looks of it, so that's one you have to purchase. Be from Cooler Master's online store. So obviously front I/O, quite a simple one. You've got AC 97 audio, HD audio, front USB 3, and I'm sure there should be a power button somewhere in that lot, but I can't see it. I'm like 99% certain there should be a power button. Cable. Oh, there it is, found it. Power LED and power button. Where's the LED? Must be in the button itself. Okay, there you go. So that concludes my unboxing of the HAF 915R. Now I will be doing a separate video with my 935, so I can show you a complete 3-lot stacked and all the different stacking configurations you can do. That'll be coming at a later date because I need to get ready for work now, and so I can earn money to buy new stuff for the new stuff I need for my build. So yeah, I'll be getting ready to go to work. And I'll be filming that later tonight. Thank you for watching this video. As always, head over to my Facebook page, which is which is linked in the description, and that will have high resolution pictures of this in my albums on that page. Also in the link, also in the description will be a link for the 935 unboxing, as well as my complete overall overview of the HAF product showcase, if you will. Once I film that and I've uploaded that, that'll be done in the next couple of days. Yeah, and that concludes this unboxing. Remember to comment, rate and subscribe. And that thing, if you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them, and as quickly as possible and as accurately as possible, but that's due to a busy life. That's not always possible, or it does take me sometimes a couple of days or even a month before I get time to comment, but I do try to read all the comments and answer them. But I hope you did enjoy this video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.